My name's Deborah Warburton and I'm the school nurse here at Radcliffe College.
Thank you. What do you class as cyberbullying?
Cyberbullying is anybody who is unkind in a sort of verbal way to people over either the internet or mobile phones, texting, etc.
Okay, that's good. Why do you think it happens?
I think people use it because they're cowards and aren't brave enough to do it face to face, and it's a means of being unkind to somebody.
Okay. Have you ever had any dealings with bullying or cyberbullying at all as the school nurse?
In my role as a school nurse, I have had people who've come here who have been subjected to bullying.
Could you maybe tell us about an example without names or...
Just people sort of being unkind, either excluding people from friendship groups or calling people names and everything, just basically being unkind to people.
Okay, so as you have a big role with the borders as well, with their looking after those, has there ever been any social bullying at all there, social networking bullying or anything there that you've heard about?
I think there can be, but I think it's the same for day students and boarding students. If if there's a group of people who are going to be unkind, then they will be regardless.
Okay. How have you or how would you deal with the issue of cyberbullying or bullying?
Depending on how severe it was, it would either be a case of talking it through and seeing if the person who was having the problem could approach the people, because they have to realise the people who are doing the bullies are cowards. And usually if you confront them, that sort of, they can't cope with that.
If they stop.
But hopefully they will stop. If not, then it would have to go to high level, either head of year or deputy head.
Okay. Do you think with the constant improvements in digital technology and social networking sites, do you think the impact on the amount of people being cyberbullied has increased?
I think so, yes, because it's more easily available. Like I say, bullies are cowards, so it's easier for them to do it that way.
You've pretty much just answered my next question, but so you agree that people get, so to speak, braver on social networking sites than they would face to face?
They haven't got the courage really to do it face to face, and because they have these technology, means of doing it, then that's how they choose to do it.
Do you think it's maybe scarier being bullied over the internet than it is face to face? Do you think it's harsher than being bullied face to face?
It depends. I think if you're bullied face to face, it could be how the bullying's being done, the size of the person who's doing the bullying. But equally, if you're not sure who's doing the bullying over, be it cyberbullying, that also could be very, sort of frightening.
As a school nurse, then, what do you think the effects are of being cyberbullied to the person that is?
It can make them feel frightened. It can make them feel uneasy, which can then have an impact on their day-to-day sort of sleeping, eating, how they concentrate, how they're able to work. Because there's this, this fear of what's the person going to be doing or saying next to them.
Okay, thank you. And if I came to you with the problem that I was being cyberbullied, how would you advise me to deal with cyberbullying?
I would sit down and see if you knew who was doing it, why they may be doing it, and depending on those answers, then address it accordingly.
Okay. Well, thank you ever so much for that, and that was great. Cheers. Thank you.